For the last 38 years, I've been intending to make a little box to facilitate soldering microphone plugs. And we've got this lockdown, and I can't do all the things I normally do. And so I finally decided to push the boat out and build myself a little jig. And we have one of these little vice things. I'll just move the camera around so you can see the little vice thing somewhere. Where is it? Oh yeah, there. Mr. Chippy's little vice thing. I'm on Mr. Chippy's bench because Mr. Chippy is away at Bradford and he's in zone 3 and I'm in lockdown zone 4, so I don't expect he can come here, or I won't let him back ever again. So we better not do too many things which need testing, because they'll end up being a backlog if he's not here to do the tests with me. So what I've done is to order different microphone plugs, which I then throw on the floor. So we've got a 5-pin communication type plug there. I thought of 4 different types. A 6-pin one, which you find on the Midlands, certainly, which we see quite a lot of with the Midlands 78s and that. The more normal 4-pin type. And finally, I had to buy a pack of 5 from the wholesalers. The 5-pin DIN type. And when you order 5-pin DIN, bear in mind there are 3 different ways they can come. And this is what they call 180 degrees. So your 5 pins, 180 degrees. You can get 240 degrees and 360 degrees. So if you're ever in doubt what you need for your realistic or for your Maxcom, then it's the 180 degree type. So what we're going to do is to drill some holes in this box, mount these, and then this will be something easy to move around to help with soldering those pesky plugs. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to mark this out, and we'll start by putting some pilot holes in. So what I found was to put the markings, I mean, it doesn't have to be exact, it's only for us in the workshop, but on the other hand it doesn't want to look too crummy. I found exactly 1 inch apart it worked out, so hopefully that shouldn't look too stupid when it's been drilled. So I'll get my best Aldi or Lidl drill out. I think we'll just widen that a fraction. And the RS drill bit kit. And you'd think that an RS drill bit kit, which wasn't cheap, you would think it was better thought out than this. But you know what? If you put those small drills in, they disappear because of a poorly designed case. So we can only have from 3.5mm upwards in this particular kit, which is disappointing. So what we'll do, we'll run through this as a pilot hole. Those of you, yeah, I'll tell you what, we'll use a punch. This is off Mr. Chippy's. How does this work? That's it. It's automatic centre punch. Hopefully so that the drill doesn't go skidding all over the place. So I'll just get rid of that burr in the bin. Now this die-cast box, which came from CPC, it doesn't, I haven't even taken the cellophane off it. And that means that all these lines I've made aren't really on the box. So I'm drilling through the cellophane. So now what we'll do, we'll just make those into some bigger holes. You always use a pilot hole. I think we'll go through with something intermediate, that's 8.5mm. Then we'll go through with 10mm, which is the biggest drill we've got in this set. We do have a drill press, but I really can't be bothered to set that up to do 4 holes. So that's that. So now we'll just change the drills again. Ideally I'd have it in a bench vise, but do you know what? Tell you what, I think we might have a bench vise here. I wonder where Mr. Chippy's here. I know we've got bench vices because on our organ business we use them to help glue musical keys when the ivories are coming off. No, I can't just spot one here, we'll just have to have the strength. I think really we ought to just clear Mr. Chippy's bench mat as well. Otherwise, if he comes back suddenly to inspect, I'll be in trouble. Okay. So now we've got 4 holes that still aren't big enough. The next thing we'll do is to use a cone cut. Now we've got Q-Max punches here, and we could use Q-Max punches, but seeing as we've got cone cuts or step drills, I'll just get one of those. We'll have this selection here. So I think we'll have that one in the middle. These being in steps give a better result than to use an actual cone cut, we have found. These are good for drilling holes in your roof of your car as well when you're putting an aerial base in. We like drilling roofs in cars, especially new cars. Let's see what we can get out of this. It might be prudent to actually measure we'll start with these types. We'll measure the diameter of this and let's see what we've got. Oh, it's about probably about 14 or 15 millimeter. So are these marked? Yes, they are marked. So we're looking at this step here being 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in. Let's see whether we can manage not to break my wrist. Is that the one? I can't quite tell. I'll go one more than that. That's the one. That'll burn nicely when we put it on the bonfire. So that's the drilling done. So we'll take the cellophane off. The only problem now is the screws for the mounting of the lid are now amongst all the burr, so that's going to be good fun. I'll pick them out with these side cutters. Well, that's two I found. I can see a third one grinning at me there. And that's a fourth one. Good. And one thing about die cast, it drills really nicely without leaving any sharp edges and that. So we'll put these in some kind of sensible order. So if we put the number 5 one there, and what we got there, we've got the 6-pin one there. I bet Mr. Radio Crunch will want to make one of these. Oh, perhaps he's already got one, I just haven't seen it on the little bit of time that I see what he does. Bet he'd like to see my hacker radiogram. It's about 9 feet long. All I've got to do is get it to work. And I'll put the 4-pin one there. Now we'll have to put some mounting screws in for this one. So we'll go through. I'll tell you what. We'll just put the marker pen through those. See if we can use the auto centre punch through there. And the answer is yes, we can. So we'll use a 3mm bit. And I'll put that underneath so I don't end up drilling the bench. And hopefully that will line up somewhere near, which it does. We'll put that one in later. What I'm going to do is going to line these up somewhere near, because if anybody uses this who's got a bit of OCD, then they're going to say, oh, they're not all the right level. So I'll just find something just to put them somewhere near centre. This one's tightening up a bit. In fact, I'll tell you what, we'll get a spanner to the back of them right now. So we just need to find some spanners. I've had a second thought. We'll rivet this 5-pin din on. You wouldn't normally do that. Mind you would if you're making products, wouldn't you? They do right. I think it's a right bodgy thing to do, but let's see what we've got which fits somewhere near. Yeah, that fits in. Well, that didn't work. Okay, so that's now, they're firmly in place, and all we need to do is put the bottom on. It's not often I don't have to wire things up. I don't normally use cordless screwdrivers, but I can't help noticing Mr. Chippy, he seems to have got a screwdriver bit in this drill. I'm not going to go mad with it. There we are. So now we can put those plug shells in there and solder them with ease, and at the same time we can manipulate it by hand because it's small enough to do. So after 38 years I finally made myself a microphone plug soldering jig. Thank you for watching.